Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Michael L. Johnson. Welcome to video number 11 in our practice building video series. We're going to talk about the thyroid today and thyroid conditions. Many doctors in our program, probably all of them, are having great success with thyroid conditions. You should too. Now there are consultants out there saying that you should not be addressing thyroid conditions. That's a bunch of bunk. Let me tell you something. The brain drives the thyroid. The hypothalamus drives the pituitary. That drives the thyroid. We're healers. We should be addressing patients metabolically and neurologically. Now, granted, the FDA gets bent out of shape when chiropractors say the word treat. And maybe some state boards might say the same thing. So I use the word support. All right? I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes. All I'm trying to do is help patients. I'm literally changing patients' lives, and we're going to show you that on one of our websites. I have patients coming to me with thyroid conditions. They drive 2 hours one way. I suffer with Hashimoto's thyroiditis myself. Hashimoto's thyroiditis is when the immune system attacks the thyroid. 90% of thyroid conditions, it's caused by Hashimoto's, an autoimmune thyroid. So I highly recommend, there's a book by Dr. Datis Karazian. If you haven't seen it, you definitely want to get it. Why do I still have my thyroid symptoms, even though my lab tests are normal? And Apex seminars. Apex seminars, we have a couple doctors in our group that teach for Apex seminars. Dr. Shane Stedman, Dr. Brandon Brock, great guys. Great guys. So we're not here to replace Apex or Dr. Datis, but we're here to support the doctors who are supporting thyroid patients. And I'm telling you, this is a big win for everyone involved. The key and the reason is to get people better. Nobody else can get better. That's what we do. So let's take a look. Here's our message board. You've seen it for the last 10 videos or so. Main forum, as I mentioned. All of these different categories, PowerPoint presentations, Headspace, different doctors, as I said, Brandon Brock's with us, Kevin Connors, Shane Stedman, Jeff Donatello, Brian Halsey, an autoimmune section, a weight loss section, which we covered in an earlier video, a gluten-free section, which we will cover in the future, and then specific conditions, one being a complete thyroid section. And there's 2 pages of information on thyroids. There's PowerPoints, there's talks, there's ads, there's landing pages, there's success secrets, there's just a tremendous amount of information to support you, the doctor, in supporting your thyroid patients. And frankly, if you have a question, say you came into the program, you want to work with thyroid, if you have a question on anything related to thyroid, you just come up to the new topic on the main forum, post your question, and I guarantee you'll have an answer within 30 minutes, maybe less, and there'll be great answers. So let's talk about thyroid. What are we going to do for thyroids? We're going to address the patient neurologically and metabolically. How are we going to get thyroid patients in our office? Well, some doctors are utilizing workshops very successfully. We have information on the board for you. Some doctors like myself are using the internet, Facebook and Google AdWords. We have a great program for Facebook and Google AdWords. I have some of the top IT people in the country, and we have had massive success with our doctors in regards to thyroid. So that's how you reach out to thyroid patients. Nobody is helping them. Not any thyroid advocate, not any endocrinologist. They can talk the talk, but they can't walk the walk. And isn't that what it's all about, folks? Isn't it all about getting people better? Nobody else can get better. So what are you going to do? Well, you're going to address them metabolically. Basically with every chronic condition, I am addressing the patient metabolically and neurologically. I'm doing a complete blood work. I'm doing Cyrex lab testing. I'm doing an ASI. I'm doing a 2105 stool microbial. I'm doing an organic acid test. Now, I've covered all of these tests in the metabolic section, so I'm not going to go over each one of them with you. Go back, or if you want to, just shoot me an email, mljohnson@askdrjohnson.com, mljohnson@askdrjohnson.com, and we can send you that video I think it was series number 8 or 9, on, I think it was number 9, on the metabolic side. But we're going to do those tests. We're going to check the patient out neurologically. We're going to check the patient, it's called an NTAF form. And we're going to have a video on that in the future. But a neurotransmitter assessment form. This was developed by Apex Energetics, specifically Dr. Tatis. And it will tell you if the patient is lacking in certain neurotransmitters. Is it serotonin? You know, is it dopamine? It just breaks down the list with a series of questions. Plus, you can back that up with the organic acid test. The organic acid test, fatty acid metabolism, carbohydrate metabolism, energy markers, B complex, but it also looks at neurotransmitters too. So you're cross-referencing these patients. And by addressing these specific conditions, you can help these thyroid patients. Now, you say, but Mike, I don't know. Well, yes, we do highly recommend you see and go to an Apex seminar. Until then, we have specific thyroid treatment tips. So we have a specific link here, and we have thyroid treatment tips, a document that you can download, and we're here to help you. We're here to support you so you can support your patients to get these chronic condition patients better. I mean, are you focused? Are you passionate about being a chiropractor? Do you want to make changes in people's lives? What's your intensity level? You know what? If you're serious about these things, I want you in our program. If you're not, frankly, God bless you, no harm intended, but I don't want you in my program. You know, I had a doctor just shoot me an email, and I'll just get into this briefly. But she goes, yeah, I was ready to join your program, but then I saw your, there's a form that we had to have an attorney make up for us, folks, because, we give you a 6-month money-back guarantee. Return the program if you don't like it in 3 months, or 4 months, or 5 months. But don't return it in 18 months or 2 years later and expect to get your money back. We had guys threaten to sue me because I wouldn't give them their money back because they're 18 months into the program and they want their money back. That's not happening. So we had to have an attorney make up a form. Okay? That's, I guess, the world we live in. I mean, I can do deals on a handshake. I have done deals on a handshake. I've gotten burned by guys. I got a guy out there right now. He basically tried to take my program, steal it, and run off with it, and then he gets mad because I didn't let him. I mean, it's crazy. So, folks, the reality is, what's your focus, what's your purpose, and what's your intensity level when you want to go out and get it? So, if you're interested, if you like what you're hearing, go to this website. You can join our group at level 1 for as little as $144 a month. And once you get into the site, well, basically, let's do this. Just come down, fill in your information, everything I've talked to you about in previous videos. Get into the site, listen to the various doctor testimonials, and download the free report and fill out the order form. Fax it back to us. Like I said, you can do this for $144 a month. There's a 6-month money-back guarantee. Trust me, you're going to know if this program's for you in 5 months. You'll know it within a month, to be honest with you. You're going to know if this program's for you by being on our message board. And you know what? If it's not, God bless you. But I've returned programs to doctors because, I'm just not ready for this yet, or I'm going through a divorce, or I just declared bankruptcy. I mean, people have stuff happening in their lives, and God bless them. But I've returned their money, and then a year later, or a year and a half later, 2 years later, they'll come back to me and say, I want to get back into your program. Will you let me back in? Of course I'll let you back in. No, I'm not going to give you another 6-month money-back guarantee, but if you want back in, look, I'm not going to hold a grudge. I'm here to help you. There's a lot of crap in chiropractic. Those of you who have been in practice, like I've been in practice for 29 years, you know what I'm talking about. And there is so much crap in chiropractic that it's ridiculous. So I'm saying right now, if you want a change, if you want a better 2012, join our group, come on to the board, give it a shot, and let's have a great 2012 together. I'm Dr. Michael L. Johnson. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video.